Hey guys, welcome back to today's video. Today we're going to be looking for either a hunter or equitation horse that can carry me through the meter 40s. The main goal is to find a horse that can do well in the huntering as well as equitation ring, and also one that is extremely well prepared and has a lot of show background. Especially since my other horse Aurora is more of a jumper and I'm looking for more of a huntery horse. We have a lot of horses to try today, so let's get started! Our first stop brings us to the beautiful Ivory Gate stables, and today we're going to be trying a horse named Onyx, a beautiful C'est Francais who has lots of show experience. He is supposedly well-mannered, well-tempered, and does hard combinations well in competitions. Also, I noticed while we were standing, he was very impatient. He was always throwing his head and getting a little anxious while I was on him. At first, I thought it was just because I'm a new rider and we hadn't really ridden together before, but the more that I noticed, the more that his anxiety kind of carried into his riding as well. Even while we were flatting, he would hold the bit really firmly, tug on my reins, not listen to my cues, but other than that, he was actually a very easy and sound ride. He felt really comfortable under me, his jump was great, and he was very calm up to the approach of the jump, which I thought was very surprising, especially considering his demeanor while we were flatting and even while we were just standing. That's when I got surprised by the owner when they said that he could do this amazing 10 cross rail combination, and it just was stunning. He did so good. We started jumping bigger fences here, and this combination is actually where I started to get the first impression of anxiety. He took off with me in the middle of the line, especially in this double. He just soared with me so quickly I could barely keep up. I did do it multiple times, and every time it just got worse. They said that he was leased out earlier, and I think that might be the cause for some of this anxiety that he's feeling. He really likes to take over, and that's just not what I'm looking for in a horse right now, but he is a lot cheaper than my budget. They actually offered me $10,000 less than his actual sale price, so that is a really good bonus of this horse, that he's a great jumper and has a great spirit, and he's a lot less money than what I'd be willing to spend on a horse today. So I'll definitely have to keep him in mind. On to the next horse. Our next stop is the Silverbrook Stables, and we're going to be trying Eclipse. Silverbrook Stables is an amazing barn that specializes in top-bred and well-trained decked warm bloods. This is why I'm so excited to try Eclipse. The special thing about Eclipse, though, he is actually a part of their breeding program, not their training program. So he's very young and a lot younger than I was expecting to look at, but he is beautiful, and because of their expertise in breeding, I thought I would come out and try him, especially since if you buy with their breeding program, they are a lot less expensive than the horses in their training program, which are top horses, and they're actually trained by an Olympian rider herself. So I was a little comprehensive as to how he would react to me, but he was actually very good. He was well-mannered, and he responded well to my leg. The only thing he had a little bit of trouble with is steering. You can see here he kind of pulls me off the rail and drags me back, and every single time I try to get him straight, he would just move his head and fight the reins with me, so I found that a little difficult. At the canter, it was the same issue, but he was a lot better, and his canter strides are just beautiful. I mean, seriously, the way he carried himself, great. We actually had to walk to the jumping ring, and I got to carry in some of these views. The barn is beautiful, but we got to this gorgeous indoor ring, so that actually was very surprising that he could ride really well in a nice indoor ring. We started with some little fences. He was confident and came to the jumps really well. But the second I raised the fences, he started refusing. He actually dodged this jump. We had to go over it a second time, and he did okay. He was a little apprehensive coming up to it, and he felt a little anxious. This one, he altogether just stopped at the jump, which made me a little nervous, especially since if we were to carry on to a higher level of jumping, I feel like he would be a little more anxious than what I need in a horse right now. But on my way out, the trainer actually said they had a absolutely stunning horse for sale named Duke. After watching me ride, she mentioned that he was for sale in their training program, so he's a lot more expensive than what I was willing to spend on a horse. He's actually 10,000 Jorvik shillings over my budget. But if he's the right horse, it'll totally be worth it. He's a beautiful dapple gray, and he's very experienced. He has over 5 years of show experience while only being 11, which is just amazing. He responded well to my leg, he moved forward off my aids, and every single thing I told him to do, he did it with such grace and elegance, and he just responded so well to me. And look at this amazing extended trot. I mean, it was gorgeous. I had to slow it down for you guys because the way he just points his toes is just, wow, it was heaven. He responded well to going forward and coming back. I mean, it was just amazing to be on such an experienced horse. He was so confident coming up to every fence as well, even the tiny ones and these super large ones. We actually ended up doing a little bit of a line, and he was great. He carried me up to the base of the fences, which I personally love. I love when a horse just really carries you, and he definitely does. Another thing that I found so amazing about this horse is he was so handy. We did a lot of really tight turns. We did a trot fence to a really big fence, and he did it amazingly. He just was so good at taking direction and letting me guide him, while also being able to carry me. I do feel like he's extra money, but for me, am I willing to spend that? Our last horse takes us to Victory Stables, and her name is Amethyst. This stable is actually really cool to me because this is where I bought my horse Aurora, and they actually specialize in breeding Belgian warmbloods, and they are attached to the Silverbrook Stables, which is where we just came from. So Amethyst is a Belgian warmblood, obviously, and they actually normally specialize in jumper horses, which is why I was surprised that they had mentioned on her sales page that she was a hunter. So I called the trainer, and she actually said that she was a little slow for a jumper horse, so they thought that she could do beautifully in the hunters. So I would definitely have to, I don't want another Aurora, so I am a little apprehensive as to what that means. But as I got her warming up, and especially as we were taking her to the first fence, I realized what they meant. She was more carried and had a little more confidence in her riding than a normal jumper. But I mean, look at this jump. I was astonished. The trainer actually told me that she can jump the meter 60s, people. The meter 60s. She is an extremely experienced horse that does just these incredible heights. But I don't know if I need that much power right now or if I want another jumper. It's a hard decision. Amazing horses that I've tried today. It's definitely going to be a very hard decision, but stay tuned for when I announce what horse I'll be buying from today's video. And leave a comment down below which horse you think I should get. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Bye!